Good morning. I'm quite early this morning, or kind of normal time for a change, rather than sleeping in like I have been recently. I'm just about to edit yesterday's vlog and have my morning coffee, but I had to show you something that happened last night because it was just so amusing, but I didn't have the camera to hand at the time. I'd been washing the fabrics that I'd got in the kind of mystery bundle of corduroy fabrics, and one of them I said had gotten damaged in the post, you know, because they looked like a little cut in the bag. And I wasn't bothered because the fabric was like a really unusual man-made fabric, corduroy, and I was just going to use it as kind of like a test run, like a muslin for something. Anyway, I washed it yesterday on its own, which I'm really glad I did, because for a start the dye just comes out all over your hands when it's wet. But something else, I took it out in a bundle out of the machine, and I could feel like something tear under my finger, and I thought, oh, one of the tears I must have caught it where it's already torn, and I've just pressed it with my finger and it's torn more. Look what had happened when I opened up the bundle. Okay, so I took it out of the washing machine. I thought, oh, and I opened it up, and it has basically disintegrated into shreds. I mean, it's just shredded completely. I don't know if it's showing because it's like charcoal colour, but it's just completely shredded. And John was there, and we just looked at each other and we're just laughing so much because it's just gone to like rags. It's not even rags, it's just in bits. It's just absolutely crazy. It just came out of the machine just like completely full of holes. It just tears like paper, and it's the dye coming out of it is crazy. It's just, I don't know, this is weird fabric. If you look at it, remember it doesn't tear one way, but if I pull it the other way, so if I find a bit that's not torn, like there's like no tears there, say no tears, and I just go boop boop, and I'm barely pulling that, you know, barely pulling it, just, oh my god. So I'm really pleased that I washed this fabric first and didn't make something like a wearable muslin with this and then wash it, because oh my god, that is really bad. It's really, I don't know what it is, what fabric it is, and obviously didn't want to go in the washing machine, or it's deteriorated over time, I don't know. But yeah, that's really strange. It's almost like one of the warps or weft, I'm not sure which way around, has disintegrated over time, because when I look at the threads that are coming away, these threads are strong, you know, I can't, these are like the threads there, they won't break. It's like the threads in one direction have just basically disintegrated completely. It's really strange. If you've ever come across this, let me know, and what the hell this sort of fabric is, or whether it is just deterioration. It's the only thing I can think of, and why there's so much dye on my hands. If it's a man-made fibre, maybe it's the man-made part of it has disintegrated into dye, so there is no longer a warp there. But that is just, yeah, I'm not complaining about where I got it from or anything, because the other fabrics have been fabulous, but oh my god, it's just like, I don't even know what this is like. It's just, you can't even tear this into rags to use. It's just, there's nothing there. There's just nothing there. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you first thing in the morning. I'm just getting ready to go into the town today. I need to do the very last of my Christmas shopping. I've got Christmas stocking fillers and such to buy for John, and I need to get the last of the food shopping for things like my Yule meal, the meal I cook at Yule, as John breaks up from work at solstice this year, and I need the last of the things I need for like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, that sort of thing. And John's off for 2 weeks with the schools. I'm waving things around in my hand. So I need to make sure there's plenty of food in for when he's at home. and hopefully that'll be the last time I have to go out for that sort of thing till after like the new Year, because whilst he's off he can get any fresh bits we might need between Christmas and New Year before then, while the shops are open. So yes, I'm just going to go into town today, and I also have my booster appointment this afternoon too, so busy. The footage of the fabric was actually yesterday. Today is the 17th, but yesterday I turned into one of those really busy days. In the morning I had the vlog to edit and upload, and presents to go south, plus the parcels of yarn orders to go to the post office. I wanted all the post office stuff done yesterday, so there was plenty of time before the last minute Christmas sendings. Which reminds me, I still haven't wrote my Christmas cards. And then by the time I'd done that and been out and been to the post and stuff, and I come back and I was knackered. And then, I don't know, the day just kind of like disintegrated from there. So I am going out in about 20 minutes. I've got my big shopping list sorted and just getting last bits ready to go out. So it is now the, I don't know, what is it? It's the 19th. I have been a really bad vlogger the last few days, haven't I? It all started on Friday when I last recorded and what will be in the beginning of this video, and I was heading into town to do shopping, which we did, and I had my booster, which was fine, not a problem. It was quite busy, but it was fine. I had an appointment, and we got home and it was, you know, tea time. We got a Chinese, we had takeaway, and the day was pretty much wrote off then. We were exhausted, it was late evening, and yeah, I did not have a good night. And it wasn't the jab that was the problem, it was that I'm getting quite tangled here. I just couldn't get comfortable, and I had a lot of nerve pain in my arm from this nerve pain issue, and I just had a bad night. I didn't have much sleep after tossing and turning after what felt like I'd been asleep for a while, and tossing and turning for a long time. I turned and looked at the clock, expecting it to be like 4 in the morning and just get up, and it was midnight. Yes, it was one of those nights. So I have just realised I am working from the centre of this ball of yarn. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. So what did I do? I got up for a while. I left John to sleep. I spent a couple of hours messing about on the computer, and I went back to bed at around 3:30 in the morning, and tossed and turned and had a couple more hours broken sleep before eventually giving up and getting up and feeling like a zombie for the rest of the day, which is what I did. That was yesterday. Like I said, I had a lot of nerve pain in the night. I was exhausted, I was tired, and I had a muzzy head. I think the muzzy head might be coming from the booster, because I've still got a bit of a muzzy head today, so I've been taking paracetamols for that on top of my usual nerve pain medication. So I've been fine. So today I'm feeling better. I also bought a new lipstick, so I'm like, I wear lipstick today. It's coming off a bit now though. So I bought new lipsticks whilst I was in town, and yesterday messed about playing around with makeup as well, because I didn't do very much at all yesterday. Also, last night I was knitting on John's socks, one of his pairs of socks for Christmas, and realised I think I've knit these a little long. And I thought, that looks long. Now I know John's socks are about 2 inches longer than mine in the foot, because he has much bigger feet than me. But I brought somewhere a pair of socks I knit for him last Christmas in these, and I've held them alongside these ones, and I think I may have knit these a little bit too long. No, not too bad. I think it'll be alright. Maybe it's half an inch too long, or maybe they've just shrunk a bit, I don't know. But I also realised I forgot to do the random micro striping that I've been doing here, which of itself would be fine if I was using the black contrast toes and heels for the ankle, but I'm not going to have enough because this is the first sock and I only have this much yarn. I've used obviously quite a lot, and this is a 50-gram ball, and I know I've done some micro stripes, but I've used most of it up on the heel and the toes and those micro stripes. So I'm going to have to wear this, but I think, well, I know I'm going to have to buy a second ball of yarn before I can knit the second sock. So I put that to one side because I was doing that just before a Zoom meeting that I've just finished. It was a committee meeting for the roller derby, and the last one of the year. So instead, because I like to keep my hands busy while I'm, you know, watching TV, Zoom meeting, all that sort of stuff, so I've cast on a new pair of socks for me, and they look black, but it's not. It's like a dark green with silver stellina in it. Sparkle, sparkle. Because this is for this yarn. It's not going to focus, it's going to be a pain. I'm going to knit myself some Christmas socks. I don't know if I'll be finished before Christmas, but I suppose I might be, because I'm not really actively working on anything else right this moment. But this has got gold lyrics in it, and I thought some stellina sparkly yarn would be nice with it. I mean, a plain yarn would have been fine as well, but I'm just going to go with the full-on sparkles, and this will obviously make more than one pair of socks with contrast. So I mean, the next pair I'll probably just do plain. I might do burgundy. I did think about doing a plain burgundy yarn that wasn't sparkly, especially instead of this yarn, because although this is like a commercial yarn, this is an indie dyed yarn. This one is from, I'll just get the label. This one is from Old Maiden Ant, and it seems a bit, I mean, this is going to sound really strange, bear with me whilst I get this to focus. I don't know, this sounded really strange, but I don't know, I felt weird about using an indie dyed yarn that I've had for a while. One of the first indie dyed yarns that I bought a few years ago at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. I've got fibres in my mouth now. For contrast toes and heels, for a commercial sock yarn. I know, that sounds really weird. I would have been, if I'd been using a indie dyed yarn for the main body, I wouldn't have, maybe I would have thought differently. I don't know, I think it's because it's one of my earliest yarns that I bought. It feels very special to me and feels strange to use part of it at least for contrast toes and heels. But I haven't used it for anything else up until now, so I don't know. I'm just being really weird. Maybe it's just because it's not long till Christmas and I'm feeling a bit discombobulated. No, it's not even that, because I've always felt that way about that particular skein of yarn. I don't know why. I hadn't even bought it for any particular purpose. At the time, I'd bought some yarns while I was there that did have a purpose. You know, there was a couple of skeins that were specifically for a particular shawl pattern and things like that. But that particular skein, I just fell in love with it. I just loved the green with the stellina, and yeah, it'll be fine. I'll obviously not be using all of it. There'll still be some left. I could use it in something, you know, contrast or tell you what would be nice for, I don't know, the top part of a sweater, so it would really show off the yarn maybe. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I've hardly knit on anything in the last week. I've been doing all the last Christmassy stuff, and I haven't watched telly, which is when I would normally do most of my knitting. I've just kind of been either working on the computer or playing on the computer, because sitting on the sofa with my laptop on my knee doesn't cause back problems and therefore arm nerve problems. So yes, so it turns out this is going to be a very chatty episode. I do apologise for it all being all talky. So yes, so the rest of today I have a couple of small presents that need to be wrapped, because tomorrow we are doing the last of the food shop, because on Friday it was kind of a rush job. So the way we worked it is when John was finishing work early in the afternoon, so I ran him to his bus and I went straight to town. But it was only I only had an hour and a half in the town before my booster appointment, so I did kind of the last minute stocking filler shopping for John, and then went straight to my job, and then we went and got a bit of food shopping before the takeaway opened, and then come home because we both had enough by then. So I've still got to finish my food shop because I only went in one of the supermarkets, and I need to go in, I only went in Lidl's, but I need to go into Tesco's, and I need to go into the Co-op because different things from different shops. And so I've still got that to do tomorrow, and I'm visiting a friend tomorrow to drop off Christmas presents. Haven't seen her for a few weeks because of this back issue, and I think she's going to be alone for Christmas, but I'm not 100% certain on that because there are other friends at that end of the island, so I need to check up on that. And then on the day after, on the Tuesday, I have something happening. It's too many things one day after the other at the month that I have to try and remember that are happening rather than just things I need to do. So like the Zoom meeting today, tomorrow we're going out, Tuesday I have to go to the physio in the village, but I have to be ready since John comes home in the morning because I need to go straight out as soon as he comes in because my appointment is 15 minutes after he gets home. So I have that to do. I also have to remember to do, you know, repeat prescriptions. It just seems like a lot of things to try and remember right now. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, and today has been a very chatty Vlogtober episode and a bit belated and a bit of a gap, so I do apologise for that. So yes, hopefully I can have some Christmas socks for me, and I'm still debating casting on the cat vent sweater. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but whether that'll definitely not get done for Christmas, but it'd be nice to kind of start it. I'm thinking of dyeing up some of my own yarn for the sleeves and hem and collar of that. So if I do that, I will record that too. Bye.